Hey, welcome to 521, week number 2. We're jumping into assistive technology this week. We are looking at the SET model. If you don't know that acronym, Student Environment Tasks Tools. Actually, if you do know what that acronym means, it's the same thing. It's weird that we say that. If you didn't know what it stands for, here's the answer. But what if I do know? So we'll look at the SET model, look at different ways to assess various assistive technologies. As we go through week 2 together, as always, we have our Christian message. I encourage you to read that. You're going to read through the Dell text. You have 3 chapters, 3, 9, and 10. There's a video around assistive technology that's useful. Please watch it. I mean, you have to watch it. There's one other one that I want to talk about. I'm going to spend most of the video sharing a little bit about an extraordinary person that I met. Her name is Sadie Paulsen. She is a video editor, and I got to meet her at the Apple Distinguished Educator Institute in 2017. She was a keynote speaker. She's an amazing cinematographer. She also has cerebral palsy. And can only interact with technology through switch control. So her switch control is on her wheelchair and it's on either side of her head. And so she's able to tap basically like left and right. And that's the only way she's able to interact with devices to control them. In your weekly note, I'm going to share a couple different videos. There's her TED Talk that she did with an educator, kind of an ed tech friend, Mark Coppin. So it's Sadie and Mark's TED Talk from just last January. So it's about a year old. And it starts off with a video that she actually edited for Apple. I'll share that direct link if you want to watch just the commercial she made. It was if you're one that watches the Apple events, it's the one that Tim Cook used for his 2016 fall keynote. You know, with the big like all the new devices. There were a lot of new accessibility features built into iOS. I've lost track of versions. iOS 11 maybe in 2016, and she helped make and edit it, the video. And you get to actually see, her editing the video using switch control. It's really inspiring. It's really moving. It's good stuff. Please watch that video. It's not in the Blackboard week 2 thread, but it's super moving. And her TED Talk, Sadie and Mark's talk, is about 10 minutes long. It's again like possibly the best 11 minutes of video you'll watch maybe this year. It puts our whole course in context in a deeply personal way. It's really, really good. It's good stuff. Also, I'm kind of in the video at the 10-minute mark maybe. There's a shot of her and there's a crowd behind her. That was at the ADE Institute. Such an amazing speaker, such an amazing story about how assistive technology transforms lives. It's really good. That's all I'll say about that. Definitely worth checking out. It's really good. What else? You have a discussion board post that feels so much less important than the video, and yet this is where you get your points. So it's looking at chapter 9 from the Dell textbook, the SET model, SETT. When you hear someone say SET model, that's what that means. That's where you look at the student environment, task, and tools. And you're going to basically fill in a section based on a student. Doesn't have to be a real student. It could be kind of an imagined one, and use that sentence or use that framework to fill in the model. As a reminder, initial posts by Thursday, 2 thoughtful replies by Sunday. Also make sure in your initial post that you have a citation somewhere in it. You also have continue working on the Try Something New assignment. The week 1 should have been writing for your assistive technology tool. This week, week 2, is reading for your assistive technology tool. And you'll have 2 more weeks. Strongly encourage you to not wait until the end of week 4 for this. It's really intended to be doing 25% of it over the next 4 weeks. You have an assignment that is due at the end of week 2, Sunday before midnight. Your assistive technology rubric and evaluation. You're going to find an assistive technology rubric, and then you are going to use it to evaluate 2 different assistive technology tools. There's a few websites to get you started. Please, as always, be sure to use the rubric as you work on this assignment. I would strongly encourage you to use your rubric to make your assignment, right? Like, you are including the steps in the rubric. That's how they tend to work, instead of just let me write it and then see if I hit the rubric. Like, the rubric is basically the outline of your assignment. That is my suggestion. Papers that tend to do that tend to be well-rounded, tend to score well, because the rubric really guides what is a part of it. And then, as always, make sure you're submitting a file to Blackboard. It's important for a couple different reasons. First of all, I'm not authorized to accept links for a couple reasons. If it's a link to like a Google Doc, that Google Doc can get changed later. A link can break later. It's absolutely a critical part of our accreditation that we actually have files. If you're noticing that the formatting is off from what your intent was, exporting as a PDF instead of a Microsoft Word document will preserve the formatting better. Yeah, just make sure you're uploading a PDF or a doc for that assignment due at the end of the week. What else in week 2? You have a self-paced e-lesson. E stands for electronic. And that's about it. Just make sure that you're continuing to make progress on your e-portfolio. Should I make the same joke? No, we'll skip that one. And this course is set up in a way that it's going to give you 1 or 2 tasks per week, so that by the time you get to that week 8, if you're following the pace of that, and I again strongly encourage you to do so, you'll be close to done by week 8. So this week it ties in with the themes. It's looking at the SET model with the double T, SET, and then reading technology tools. So looking at reading comprehension, learning to read. Yeah, it's going to be good. So that is all for the course. Really hope you take a look at Sadie's videos, the one that her talk and the video she edited. Her website is also fantastic and really, I think, captures kind of her spirit. It's good stuff. The final thing I will leave you with, that is not a 521 related thing, but is an EdTech educator thing, is the Spring Q conference is upon us. It starts Thursday night. What is that? The 18th, I think, and runs for actually 9 days. It is not during school hours. So on school days, on weekdays, the conference runs like 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then on weekends, I think it's like 10 a.m. to like 7 p.m. maybe, for sessions. If you present, you get to attend for free. So if you're a presenter, I am, yay for free registration. If you are hoping to attend, you can still register to attend. If you look at it and you're like, ooh, can't afford that, and our school doesn't have PD funds, I would strongly encourage you to put in a submission to present, because when you present at Q events, you attend for free, which is just quite gracious. It's rare for conferences to give free registration. It's usually discounted. You get like the early bird registration, and nearly every other education conference is like that. You still have to pay to present, but Q is free registration, which I know earlier in my career made all the difference between me being able to attend and not attend a conference when I was paying my own way 100% of the time. If you're not attending, not presenting, still just follow the hashtag SpringQ, CUEQ. If you were in 501 already, and most of you should have been, just because courses progress smaller to bigger, then I'm good at counting too. Then you already know a bit about Q and their blog and their website. You're already a Q member. If you're not a Q member, be one. It makes a big difference for their advocacy work. You get to add it to your CV. You get like some resources. You get discounts on all the things, and it's free. There's a free membership, so why not? It's good stuff. So following along with the hashtag SpringQ, Q also has some of the after hours events. So if you're following them on social media, there's like a karaoke night. I don't know what that's going to be. There's a silly game my friend Brian Briggs is doing, like Beat the Q Rockstar or something, or Stump the Q Rockstar. Like kind of a trivia night. I don't know. He's a hilarious, goofy guy. He's not hilarious. I don't want to be on record saying Brian Briggs is a hilarious human. He's not funny. He's deeply not funny. I tease. He and I presented a handful of times together. He's awesome. He's extraordinary. He's also Q's president. They're having an event like Friday night. There's a bunch of stuff going on at night. So even if you're not attending the conference, follow along with the hashtags SpringQ. Some people are probably going to use Q21 on the Twitters, as my mom calls it. Lots of amazing resources. If you are signed up for it, you have access to all the recordings of all the sessions for like a month or something. So it's good stuff. I'm actually presenting. Are you ready for this? I submitted this months ago. It was before I knew I'd be teaching this with you right now on accessibility. So we're going to look at audio accessibility, and it's like what was the title? Like, how might we make schools, classrooms, and conferences more accessible through technology? So we look at audio resources, video resources, and then specifically iOS 14 and the built-in accessibility features. Look at me teaching 521 and presenting at a national conference around accessibility. The timing's great on that. I didn't know. I don't teach 521 often. 501 is my baby. That's the one I'm usually in. But I love this course for so many reasons. It matters. It matters deeply to all students, and there are such small shifts we can make in our teaching that can have profound impact on our students' lives. You're going to hear that in Sadie's story. It's good stuff. So with that, I will leave you. If you are on the Twitters talking about sessions, it'd be fun to say hi and chat, and maybe we'll be in the same session together. That would be fun too. With that, reach out with questions always. Happy week 2, and stay safe, everybody.